What's the name?
The One Thing by Gary Keller. He talks about goal setting to the now. So in 5 years from now, where do I need to be in 3 years to make sure, to ensure that I would definitely hit my 5-year goal? And where do I need to be in 1 year to ensure that I definitely hit my 3-year goal so I definitely hit my 5-year goal? And if a year from now, where do I need to be at the end of this month that I definitely hit that? Because when I hit that, I'm going to definitely hit my year goal. And what do I need to be at the end of this week? And what do I need to be doing right now to ensure that I'm going to hit my 5-year goal by doing one thing right now?
So basically, taking a bigger goal and breaking it down until right now.
Yeah. Okay. And so when I say, what does your relationship with this person look like in a year? The reason why we're asking that question is, what do I need to be doing right now to support this relationship so it's where I need it to be in here? Another question is, do you guys even need a real estate agent right now? You know, some people don't need to partner with a real estate agent. Some people just need to say, like, hey, you're gonna list my house. I did one flip a year, or, you know, I do a couple different flips, but I do them all over town, so it doesn't really matter who's my listing agent, but I want it to be a neighborhood expert. Like, who do you need? You know, and if you're not what's it called? If you're not flipping, if you're not selling something on the MLS, you may not need an agent, because you guys can source the same stuff. I'll set you up on a drip campaign and you'll get every single house under 90,000 that gets listed in Duval County. You can do that. You can find any other agent to do that for you. You know, and then when you get that deal, just go to that person and be courteous and respectful about that. What are the qualities and characteristics in a person you want to be in business with? So this is, again, guys, I'm talking about really high level stuff. Where do you want? What do you want going on? Who do you want to be in business with? And that's important because when there's going to be a character assessment at some point, there's going to be an ethical judgment call. And if that person on the other side of the table is not in your value set, and they're going to be either like super shady or super like extra generous when you want to be so generous, if you're not in line value-wise, you're going to have conflicts with that. You know, are you looking for the hustle guy who's going to be like out there hustling for you all the time? Or are you going to look for the person who's like, hey, I was thinking about you because I care about you. What characteristics do you want in your partner? Because this is going to be a long-term partner, ideally. What's your level of experience of the agent that you're working with? I talked to a really good buddy of mine named Greg Faricelli up in Nashville, Tennessee. Greg and I started real estate at the exact same time up in Nashville. And Greg, when he started out, was just calling everybody. And because he's calling everybody, got on the phone with a bunch of investors all the time, because investors own property. And he would go have coffee and work with them. And he found this guy who was a new investor, and he was a new agent. And they've worked up together. And now they're building houses and complexes together because they've been coming up together in their team. They share marketing. So I really recommend finding somebody who's kind of equal experience with you so you can work together. Because the guy or the lady who has 30 years experience, they don't want to mess with a brand new investor. They don't. You know, they've got enough business if they've got 20 years of experience in the business that their friends are just being like, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, I'm ready to sell my house, I'm ready to buy, because they have relationships. So finding somebody who's young and hungry, if you're young, that's really important to know where you go. So knowing what your expectation is really important, because expectations that are, my mentor, Bobby Noreen, if you're watching this, Bobby, if expectations that are set are always met. And what happens to expectations that are not set?
They're not met. They're not set.
Well, expectations are demands, if you really think about it. An expectation is a demand in my mind. I want things to go this way, and I expect them to go this way. And if I don't tell you that, are we going to have conflict? Because I have a demand that I have not told you. Notice that it's affixed. So if you have a demand that's unfit, you're going to have a resentment towards that person because they didn't do what I told them to do. Wait, did I tell them to do that? No. Did I set that expectation? Do they know how to win with me? You know, if you know how to win with me, I could, all day long, we can work together. But if I don't know how to win with you, like how many times have you been in a relationship?
Into your married life.
How many times have you been in a relationship where you're just like, you know, it's like, why don't you know this about me? Because you didn't tell me. I can't serve you well if you don't tell me what you need. And it's the same thing. Get clear about your expectations and get clear about what you want before even getting involved with a real estate agent. Because if you're clear about that, Now think about this. You're approaching this real estate agent, you have a business plan, you have a desire, you know what you want, you know where you're going. How many other people are probably approaching and they're like, can I get some deals? Who you get some deals? And you guys are coming up to them and saying, hey, I want to grab coffee with you. I want to talk about these 3 things. You know, and I want to see if you're a good partner for me moving forward because I'm planning on crushing this. Right? That's a different conversation. Do you think they're going to meet you with respect at a higher level than, hey, can I get a deal? They're going to respect you more, so they're going to want to work with you. All right, so finding your partner. The type of realtor you want to work with. How long have they been in the business? You know, is it a team? Is it a member of a team? You guys understand real estate teams? Anybody not understand? Okay, real estate teams is, I'm crushing it as an individual agent. I can't take everything I'm doing. So I hire an admin. Now my admin's doing all my paperwork, and I go crush. And I keep crushing, and then I need somebody to go take all my buyers out because I'm listing too many homes. And then I have to give this guy some more business. So then I'm spending a bunch of money on Zillow and Realtor.com for a bunch of ads, and I'm getting too many leads, and then I'm wasting money, so I'm hiring more buyer's agents. And now all of a sudden I've got 12 to 15 people working with me underneath my name, like I'm the Steve Shane team, and that's a team. Well, there's no reason why you can't partner with one of those buyers or selling agents, right? The chance of you partnering with the lead person is minimal as a new person. If you have some experience, if you're really good at flipping and you have an experience, like you can earn that spot up towards closer to the throne, but there's no reason why you can't work with those guys. They're just as good, you know, and they've probably been educated very well if they're on a team, typically. And there's more accountability around teams where an individual agent doesn't have any accountability. So if they don't work that day, you don't know, right? But a team, everybody's working because there's an expectation that's set.